Yeah, so when you do your development work, make sure you work on only one of the instance. Don't juggle between both instances. So let's get the session started, and we'll have this recorded. Shouldn't be a problem for the other guys who haven't joined it. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen now. So yesterday there were questions regarding, related list. People are trying to create my last 10 transactions, right? First of all, don't get carried away with the name my last 10 transactions. It is nothing but we are going to take my last 10 opened tickets, right? Or else recent tickets, recent task opened by me. So that could be the better name, right? So Joshnavi messaged in WhatsApp that she's able to see literally all the tasks, not just the last 10. So how do you restrict it to only 10, right? So I'll show you an example. That is not straightforward. You can't just put it in one line. You might have to write a glide record and do that. So I'll give this a name, and this relationship same name I want it to be appearing on my incident table. So applies to table is nothing but incident table, and I want to look at the tasks of incident change problem whichever was opened by me. So where is that one table that I can get all these record? The only table is task table, because this is the parent of all the other tables like incident change problem and all of that. So I will choose task, right? Now, so you guys might have put current dot add query opened by same as current dot color. This is what you had put, right? Or current dot opened by, like the same as mine.
Actually, we have selected
Mm,
applies to the table as user system
mm.
sys underscore user instead of
Okay.
incident.
Okay. So you will be seeing the data in the user table, right? So you will be seeing the data in the user table, right?
So still, I didn't see any the data in user table also.
Okay. Okay. For example, let us take your scenario where you want to put this on user table. So let me choose table as user and queries from table as task. Okay. Now current dot add query sys id opened by is nothing but current dot sys id. Accordingly, it will change where you're applying and from where the records are coming from. Let me do a save, and I will open up able tutor. Configure related list. So the name is recent tasks opened by me. Right. So I do a control F, recent tasks opened by me, right? So I push it to the right and save it. So it brings up the data, but when you click on task, it shows up nothing. Reason could be because there is nothing on Abel tutor's name. Let us cross verify. right? That is why. So he doesn't have anything on his name. So let us find records where people have, what are the records opened by which people, and we will take their user record. Okay, in system administrator we have these many, right? So let me go to system administrator profile, and if I scroll down, mm, let it for load for a couple of seconds. All right. So here we are, mentioning that we want this relationship to be available on user table, and the data coming up should be from task table. So here we put up a query that I want to look at the records wherein opened by is nothing but parent, right? This is parent, parents society. So when we applied like that, we could see that under user table, we can see this related list, and we could see this 851 records. Now the concern is, why am I seeing 851 records? I want to see only probably restricted to 10 records, something like that, right? So coming to that question, that is not direct or straightforward. What you might have to do is you might have to query the entire list and take the last 10 records. So how do we do it is you have to write a glide record. Um, I'll give you a shortcut. In your in your workstations, you just have to put VAR GR, and in keypad you have tab, right? tab. So you just press on the tab. So you will get all the scripts pasted by automatically. I will repeat. In the initial phase, instead of writing every line by your own self, what you can do is there's a shortcut VAR GR. Okay, so this is the shortcut key for that, and you press on tab in your keypad. So this entire scripts automatically gets pasted. Now I will proceed to explain what each line represents. So variable is my object initialization, and the object name that I'm giving is gr. Instead of that, I can put abc anything. So if I put abc here, I have to make sure I have to put abc everywhere. So gr is like short form of glide record. Okay, so it's like handy, so we put gr. And which table you want to glide means, like, passing through, right? Gliding through the records. So which table data you want to glide through? You want to glide through task table data. So we'll put task. And what is the query that you want to put? So basically you want to put the query as in opened opened_by is nothing but parent.society, right? And um, and you put up this filter, then you give run, right? Gr.query literally translates to run. And then while iterating to each record, we're going to do something. What we're going to do is we will store the values of active societies. Task.society, gr.society.
So this is going to be multiple records, right? Like it's going to be 100 records or 200 records. So we need an array to push this. So we will put where rex is equal to array initialization. So we will do rex dot push of gr.sysid. And finally, we will put dot add querying opened by. I will once again explain the script, but just watch it for now. Opened by is one of, right? Is one of means in, comma rex. So this should do the job. I will again explain this. Um, okay. What is the meaning of first line? This first line is glide record of task, right? It is nothing but literally taking to task.list. So the moment you write the first letter, imagine in your mind that system goes like this, task.list. Next, you put one filter, right? So what do you put the filter as? Opened by is system administrator, right? Okay, so you put up this filter. Now, how many records do you get? You still get 968. Why are you getting only 968? You should have got like 20 or 30, right? The reason is because we need to click on the run button, right? So just translate this here. This new glide record task is nothing but opening up the task table, and then you're applying a filter saying opened by is nothing but this particular sys. Here it is directly we have applied this system administrator. Now, just with this line, you will not be able to fetch the record. You will have to click the button called run, right? Only then you will see the limited records. So when I click on button run, is nothing but gr.query. Click run, right? And this is go to table. First go to table and then click run. So once you click run, there is a possibility that you could get one record or multiple records, right? If one record, then you put if multiple records, you need to put while, right? So this is the logic, because we are trying to iterate means like walk through each records one after the other. So here we know for a fact that it's going to have multiple records, so we will do while, right? So while it iterates through each records of the task. See, going forward, the task record will be represented by the keyword gr. So wherever you see gr, it means that the specific task record. So whenever it iterates through the records, each next record, we have already initialized an array called recs, right? Inside that array, imagine that array is like one box, okay? Inside that box, you're pushing your sysids of this task. Like push the task sys, push the task sys. Finally, let's say it goes into 100 times. Okay, it goes into 100 times. So you'll have 100 sysids. So finally, at the end, if you print like gs.add info message like that or error message something, you try to print the uh, array. At that time, you will be able to see that you will be seeing all the values comma separated. Now finally, you know what are the records that you want to filter on. So you'll put current.add query opened by same, okay? But here in represents is one of, there is a symbol for everything. Equal to represents validation, equal to represents setting up. Likewise, this one represents greater than all of that, right? So is one of is nothing but in. I can show you another way. So let me show you this example of is1 of how that operator is formed. So you have is1 of and all of that, right? Let me put is1 of, and I will choose some four things in the states, and I will do run. When I go a right click, copy query, and I paste it somewhere in the notepad, I can see that state in minus 5 1 2 3, which means state is one of minus 5 1 2 3. Minus 5 represents pending, 1 represents open, and goes on, right? So now you understand where I got this in, right? So in rex. Now, even now, your requirement is not satisfied. You wanted to see only probably 5 records or 10 records, right? So you have to set the limit. So what you do is, before you click on that run, this is nothing but clicking on run button, right? You have to put another line called gr dot set, and here itself it gives you a one liner understanding of what this means. You can read it for yourself. It sets the maximum number of records in the glide record to be fetched in the next query. Like you are setting up a limit, how many records can I see, like that. So let me put like 10 alone now, okay? And I'll do a finish it up with a semicolon. Now I'm going to save this up. Right. Okay, it gives me an error message that native array. So this happens usually when you do not convert your value to string. So let us convert the value to toString. So toString is a parameter. I mean, see, you're getting a lot of arrays, right? It still remains as an array. So in order to get that converted, so you put up a keyword called toString. So it is again a camel case. The first word starts with complete small case, and the second word starts with first letter as uppercase. So this is what you call it as a camel case. And you put the parenthesis and finish it up. So let's test it now. Okay, still I get that. Just give me a minute. Hmm. All right. So you have your 10 records here. I will explain the modified code now. So there's two ways to bring it. Either you can use it a array, or you can use it a comma, a comma separated array of string. So here, instead of I'm using array, I'm just you're putting a comma separated, but I will also demo it to you. How do we use the push and do it? Now, you just concentrate on the lines which are not commented. So in initially, we have initialized a variable called vals, and after that, we're going to a table and applying required filters, right? And we're putting a set limit like I want to see only 10 records. And then we're clicking on run. And while it iterates through each records, so what I'm doing is this is a concatenation operator, right? When you put plus, it means it's a concatenation. This you can also write it like this: vals is equal to vals plus, right? These two are nothing but one and the same. If you cannot understand this one, you can use it like this. So vals is nothing but already existing vals. What is it? Codes plus. The plus means not addition, it's concatenation, meaning joining one value with another value, just keeping it next to each other. We're not trying to add. We're not trying to do an, and we are trying to get the tasks society, right? And then adding a comma next to it, and then it will come to the next record, and again adding the comma next to it, and it goes on like that, right? So finally at this place, what you will get is vals is nothing but the comma separated sys id means unique key, right? Unique key of all the task records that you are expecting. So now you've got the 10 records that you're expecting, right? If somebody has only 3 records, it will say only 3, but we're trying to set the maximum value as 10. Now we put up a filter finally saying current.add query. Your current represents task table. In task table, you're putting a filter. Sys is one of. Sys is one of vals.toString, meaning the list of sysids that I have already gathered in here. So instead of using vals like this, you can also
Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hello? So what happened?
Might be some technical issue from trainer.
Okay.